Hey guys, I'm here with another collab video with Susan Hiles art. She decided to extend her crafty clusters collab for at least 2 more weeks, and this is the first week of the extension. And this week the theme is time or clocks, and I have some little clock faces that I cut out of watches from a magazine. Now, I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to participate this week because I thought that I had a clock napkin like Susan showed in her video, but the clock napkin that I had is actually this, and it's really big, and I didn't want to like cut it apart because you wouldn't really be able to tell that it was a clock if I cut it up. Now, there are 4 of them, and I could have made really big clusters, but I didn't want to do that. So thankfully, somebody sent me in a swap and glue envelope a page with a whole bunch of watches on it, and I cut out their little clocks from them, so it worked out perfectly. Now, I don't really have everything together this week because I just want to use up some scraps, so I just have a scrap pile, and I am going to use these as my bases. They're just cut up little Post-it type notes, but they're not sticky. They're just pieces of paper. So I'm going to pick out 5 colors to use for the base, and then just pile up some scraps, put the clock on top, and staple them together. So let's get started. I'm going to use a green one, a pink one, a red one, this blue, and this yellow. So those will be my 5. I cut these out to make little envelopes from. I'll show you 1 or 2. So I made these little tiny envelopes, and they're on bulb pins. Sorry for that shadow there. They're on bulb pins, so they dangle. And inside the envelopes, there is a little card, just a little piece of scrapbook paper that I folded in half, plain on the inside, and a little Lisa Frank sticker and a tiny little pumpkin sticker. Sorry, there's shadows. I'm filming at a different time of day than normal, so the lighting is a little bit different than I'm used to. And I apologize if there are shadows. But yeah, I made these last night and I thought they were so cute. It's just a little envelope made from one of these squares. They're about an inch and a half-ish long, or square. And then I just I tore a piece of book page, and then I have a little cat punch, and I punched out some black cats, and that's it. Just put a little hole in them and made these cute little envelope dangles. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I made one of each color, but I'm thinking they'll be attached somewhere in my crayon box journals. But enough about those. This video is about clusters, so let's get those started. So here's a book page right here. Yeah, we can do a book page layer on all of them because I seem to have a bunch of ripped book pages already. Perfect. Okay, there's 1 layer, and I have some tissue paper. I like using tissue paper. So I have a little bit of blue and some pink, it looks like. This is already kind of ripped in strips, so let's just use a strip of these, or of this. Pink on pink? Sure, why not? Some people like to take their time and really think things out with their clusters, and it works for them. Their stuff looks great, but for me, I just kind of I don't want to think too much about what I'm doing when I make my clusters, and I still think they turn out cool. I think when I spend too much time on one thing, especially something this small, I overthink it, and it doesn't turn out as good as if I would have just started picking things up and putting them down. So there are those, and I had some burlap in here. wonder if I should put some burlap. Here's a nice, perfect burlap square. Maybe, actually, I'll cut little strips of this leftover ribbon that I had from either glue booking or clusters from last week. I don't remember which, but I'm gonna cut little strips from them. I have just enough left to make 5 fairly evenly sized pieces. Actually, I did pretty good on that. Sometimes I surprise myself. My ceiling fan is blowing, so it's kind of blowing stuff around on here. But it's warm in here today, so gotta keep it on. And then the burlap, that's right. So do I have enough to cover all of them? I guess I can do a little bit there. This one I'll cut like right here, so there's at least a little bit peeking out on them. And then this perfectly cut square I must have cut last week for those clusters and just didn't use it. So I think that's it. I think that's what I'm gonna use for my clusters, and then I'm gonna put the clocks on them. This one's kind of hard to tell which way is up. It's alright. It's a clock nonetheless. This way, this one goes that way. That one's easy to tell. And this one's really easy to tell. This is a weird clock. It was like a little digital clock with 4:02, and then it's got AM and PM on it. Interesting. My cat is saying hi like she usually does. So let's try to get these stapled together without losing anything. And if I have a big staple right in the center of the clock, I don't mind. Some people like to staple everything and then put their focal point on, so that way there's not a big staple on them. But I think the staple just adds to it. It gives it character. Maybe if it was something other than a clock, like a clock in real life does not have a life. So like, say if I was using an animal, maybe I wouldn't want to pierce an animal with the staple, but honestly, I probably still would. And you can't really see the red ribbon on this one, so I'm gonna move it out a little bit and move the burlap up a little bit. And I'll get that staple right here. There. Nice. See, quick and easy, again. And they look good. Just little scrappy clusters. I like them. There's that one, the blue one. And then here is the green one. Even though the backgrounds kind of got lost with the layers of everything, but that's okay. You can still see them peeking out a little bit, and that's all that matters. The pink one. The yellow one. I think that one's my favorite. And the red one. So there it is. There's my time clock clusters. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will check out all of the other people joining in the crafty clusters. I will link Susan Hiles' video below, and her video has all of the people that are participating in it. So just head on over to her, and you can watch everybody else that is using the crafty clusters hashtag, and even the people on Instagram that don't do videos, she also links. So you can look at their stuff too. A lot of very talented people, and it's really cool to see everybody putting their own take on the theme. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's clocks. And next week the theme is tape, so however you want to interpret that is up to you. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.